Coming to everyone live from Children's Hospital, Colorado, here in Aurora, right next to Denver, and have some things on my heart. It's been a good day. I worked a very short half day with work so I could be here for some training. We were hoping to go on Emery's first walk outside of her room, within the hospital, on her home ventilator, and obstacles arose. What do you do when obstacles arise and your plans go awry and don't go as you had hoped or planned for them to go? Choice is yours with your attitude. Attitude is big. We don't control our circumstances, we control our attitude. And I'm hoping tonight in this Emery episode that some things fire in your brain to rewire. I was just at a conference this last weekend and we were talking about neuroscience a little bit, and it was really good reminder that in order to wire something new, a new pathway in your brain, and to renew your mind, we've got to fire some new thoughts to wire them. So I'm hoping that this episode is stimulating and engaging in such a way that it fires a light bulb moment and rewires the way that you think about your circumstances. So welcome to another transformative episode, Emery episode, straight from the hospital. It's been a long time, it feels like, since I've got the opportunity to just stand here, take a walk, and just reflect, reminisce, and communicate. This is what I love doing. So thank you for joining me on this adventure and joining me on this episode. And tonight, we're gonna fire to rewire. Fire to wire. So coming together tonight with some new thoughts to consider and to engage with. And today was really a matter of Emery was teething really bad. Kim had to take her mom, Melissa, to the airport, and we were hoping to go on that walk, and she was mad, guys. She was so mad and freaking out. And I got to bounce her and hold her and go, whoo, and just have some fun. Daddy-daughter time. It was great. And learn how to soothe her, how to meet her where she's at. So thankful. There's nothing wasted, friends, that you experience. You may have wanted to do something different, but I'm telling you, there's something to be received at every moment. It's not wasted. And if you fire this thought to rewire your brain, it'll change your life. It'll bring so much joy and peace and strength in the moment, knowing that every moment is not being wasted, it's building. Just like a builder, you've got to start with the foundation, and then you're building on that foundation. In everything you do, Paul told us this. He revealed it to the church of Corinth when he wrote to them. He said, every man is building. There's no other foundation but Jesus, but every man is building on that foundation, and we must be careful how we build. Some are building with gold, precious stones, solid material, but others are building with hay, with stubble and wood. And it says the day of judgment will show each man's work what he's built. If what he has built has been burned up, he will suffer loss, though he himself will be saved through the flames. And he's writing to the church, he's writing to believers, the context. So I'm speaking to you as followers of Jesus, but I'm also speaking to you who still haven't turned to him yet. You haven't fully embraced him and given your whole life, that whole life exchange that I've talked about often through this journey. So I'm coming to you tonight. I just want to encourage you. Rewire the way that you think about, let's fire this thought. Everything you do matters. Everything you do matters, down to the smallest thing. You want to live a life of purpose? This is what reality reveals. Everything we do is building. So build well, friends, because everything we do matters. So firing to rewire. With that said, I also want to share something I received. The last 2 weekends have been transforming, life-changing, and so timely. I'm so thankful I have a father. His timing is perfect. And as we enter this journey, as we prepare to take Emery home, we still have a little bit of that journey to go. Today I found that out. We weren't able to accomplish what we had desired, but hey, we're pressing on because every moment matters, and no training is wasted because there's training in every moment, not just in the planned training. there's actually more training, I believe, that's received in what's not planned. So think about that in your life as you can apply that. What's not planned can be some of the greatest opportunities. So instead of seeing something as a nuisance and inconvenience and hindering you from what you want to do, I challenge you to rewire. Let's fire it. It has purpose and it's opportunity. With that said, friends, I want to communicate one last truth that's really been insightful and illuminating to the path in which I'm walking. This 2 weekends ago, it was a Thursday night, arrived at a house. It was dark, never been there. And this driveway seemed so long to walk up. It was dark, very dark. I didn't have a flashlight. And this driveway, the darkness disoriented the distance. So let this reality sink in. Darkness disorients distance. Have you ever been out in the woods at night and it's like, man, this is taking forever, man? Like, I thought this journey was short. I'm in the dark now and it's like, what in the world is going on? It just seems forever long on the way back because darkness disorients distance. This came to me, this thought just popped on me and it was like, boom. It makes so much sense. Man, that brings so much clarity to different experiences in life. Darkness disorients distance. So don't get lost in that journey as the darkness seems disorienting. Let the light of the world, Jesus, let his light shine and bring renewed perspective. Darkness doesn't have to discourage, doesn't have to hinder and discourage and disorient you. That's a choice, how you perceive it. Instead, it's an opportunity to grow. It may seem forever long, but I'm telling you, when you get out of the darkness and you see it in the light, as I did, I looked up at that same driveway the next day on top of a deck. I got a different location, a different point of view of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so short. That's wild. I thought that was so long. But in reality, when the light dawns and you see things clearly, you're going to realize it's not that long. And what this stirs within my spirit is a remembrance of what Paul said to the church of Corinth yet again. He said, therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we waste away, yet inwardly we're being renewed day by day. These light and momentary afflictions are achieving for me an eternal glory that far outweighs it all. So I fix my eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Don't let the darkness disorient the distance you're traveling, friend. There's so much more to be received. Don't let your perception be disoriented and clouded. Turn to Jesus, ask him to illuminate the path, give you the fortitude to keep going, even if you seem disoriented. I'm telling you, once you come out of that and you see it in the light of day, it's going to be a totally different perspective. So don't moan, don't poor me, don't, oh, I'm a victim. That is big. I want to correct this right now for your highest good, for your encouragement, your edification, to strengthen you in your journey. You are not a victim. If you were in Jesus, you were a victor. You're not a victim of circumstances. You have a choice in it, your attitude. So reorient, fire to rewire. Darkness disorients distance, but the light of the world brings clarity. May his light shine in your hearts, your minds, and your lives. May you be renewed, strengthened, and fired up, rewired, ready to go.